Hey guys, Anna Green here with Anna Be Changing. I'm here to help you believe in yourself again, take action, and create your story. So let's dive in. To talk about stress eating and how that affects you, right? So I know when you think about if you're feeling some sort of emotional stress or physical stress or stress in your job or something like that, and then you think about how that's going to affect your eating, it might be hard to draw that distinction. If I'm going to tell you that stress affects your ability to digest things, you might be like, what? How? No, it doesn't. They're separate things. It's my mind and then it's my body. They're separate things. Okay, so go with me here for a second and practice this. So think about something or someone that really upsets you or makes you angry or just, gets you going. Something that you really don't like. What just happened in your body? For me, like my shoulders raise up, my heart starts racing, my neck gets tense, right? That is a physical response to something that you're thinking. Same kind of thing that we're talking about here. It's exactly the same thing. So when you're stressed, physically, emotionally, whatever it is that's happening, what happens is there's hormones that come out of that. Cortisol and insulin mainly are what are produced from that. And what happens with those hormones is those can cause a tendency to overeat and also cause a difference in the types of foods that you're wanting to eat, the types of foods that you're looking for, cravings, right? That stress hormone, it doesn't cause you to crave broccoli. It doesn't cause you to crave chicken. It causes you to create fatty foods, not healthy fat foods, but like fatty foods and like fried foods and sugar-filled foods. So you're stressed, you're craving the sugar and the fried foods and all of that kind of stuff. And then what happens with that is when you get the sugar and you get that fat-filled food in you, there's also a portion of that hormone that causes you to overeat because the sensory of, when you're full, that sense goes away or at least is diminished. So you're overeating fat-filled, sugar-filled foods. And then when you get those in, that's why we call them comfort foods, is because when they come in, they actually function in the brain and they kind of shut down the part of your brain that's having that stress. So the hormone's still there, but it shuts down that part in the brain. So your mind thinks, oh, okay, if I'm stressed, then that comfort food will actually comfort me. No, it's not. It's actually working all these crazy things in the background. And then the sugar and the fat and the fried foods and all of those kind of things, the way that they are chemically made up, they trigger some of the addiction kind of places in your brain. So it's this horrible, awful, awful cycle, right? Well, what also happens with that is the stress hormone can actually signal the good bacteria in your gut that helps you with digestion. It can signal it to get the heck out of Dodge. So that good bacteria leaves because of the stress hormone. It's all linked back to that. So you're overeating, you've got the fatty foods, you've got the sugary foods, you're thinking that you're comforted, so you want to do more, but then you don't. And then you get to the end of it and you're probably filled with shame. And you're like, I can't believe that I just ate that. I can't believe I just ate that much of that. It's this vicious, horrible, horrible, awful, awful cycle. Talking about angry and the physical manifestation of that makes me angry, right? So that, you're absolutely going to be affecting your digestion in that. You cannot be properly sitting with your food, having your food sit in your gut as long as it needs to sit, to do what it needs to do, to actually absorb the nutrients it needs to absorb, and then flush, we'll just say that, in a healthy way. So I'm sorry, we're going to talk a little bit about it here, but that's what constipation can come from stress. Diarrhea can come from stress. It all centers in your gut, which I have learned, by the way, the word just escaped me, not your gut, the little trail of all of the things. Oh, for crying out loud, I can't remember what that is. But it's 2 tennis courts long. Oh my God, I can't remember it. There's a little one and there's this, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's huge. That is one of the largest organ in our body. Right? So we got to start paying attention to it. So when you're stressed, intestines, Sam, woo, high five. Thank you, girl. That just totally escaped me. That's hilarious. But yes, it's huge. So if you don't have your food in there digesting enough to get it absorbed into your body and do all the things that it needs to do in a healthy way, you're gonna have some problems. And if you're starting to have digestive issues, like I was, then you need to take a look at how you're eating. If you're eating while you're stressed and you're eating super fast and you're not allowing yourself to enjoy what's coming in and what you're feeding yourself, if you're not allowing that hormone level to be kind of neutralized and it's going into the cortisol with the stress, you're gonna have digestive problems. Oh, and another thing that the cortisol does is it also triggers your body to store weight, store fat. Nobody wants that, right? For a lot of us, myself included, that's why we're having this conversation, right? So, moral of the story, stress can, in fact, and does affect your digestion, affect the way you eat, and affect the way that you assimilate the foods that you do eat. Not only from what you're putting into your body and how much, but what your body does with it once it's inside. So, how can you counteract this, right? If you're stressed right before lunch, take a couple of minutes and do some sort of low intensity physical movement. Take a walk, go up and down a few flights of stairs. Just go sit. If you have to just sit, just go sit somewhere and like meditate. Just close your eyes and try and clear your mind a little bit. Listen to some nice, lovely music that you love, not, like stuff that's going to ramp you up and cause that stress hormone to come right back. But just relax a little bit so that you can enjoy your food and have it digest in the way that it's meant to digest and not be having any of the digestive issues that come along with that stress, and let your body release the fat and let your body release the weight and just enjoy the experience. So thank you for joining me today as we talked about this stress eating versus kind of relaxed eating and how stress can affect your eating. I will be coming back at you tomorrow again in this series. So continue to come back on. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, a relaxed day, and that you don't have any of these stress eating scenarios in your life later on today. See you later.